Hey everyone, my name is Anthony Kim, and for my semester project, I'll be going over the question, can you build strength while training for endurance event? So let's begin. Here's just a quick outline where you can find my key terms and the links and citations of the things I use for my project. And my first research paper is going to talk about maximal strength training and how it improves aerobic endurance performance. And so the main thing to take away from this paper is that it's on neuroadaptations for endurance trained athletes. And so these athletes were doing an upper body pull program for 3 times a week for 8 weeks. And the subjects, and pointing to notice that they were well trained athletes that had a good aerobic base. And so they had a VO2 max higher than 65 milliliters kilogram per minute, and when you look at the results, so the left is before and the right is after, you can see there's a noticeable difference in their peak force output, and they're able to reduce their time to total exhaustion, which improves their overall work economy. Now, overall, that you have to take away from this study is that the group that did train with strength training versus those that did not, they were able to improve their 1 rep max by 9.9%. And that goes to show that even if they're training for whatever endurance event that they're doing, whether it's for skiing or running, they're still able to build strength gains over time at the end of this study. In the second research paper, it talks about how the high volume of endurance training and how it just makes adaptations for strength training well trained endurance athletes. And so in this one, a 12-week study where athletes were doing a lower body heavy 2 times a week leg session. And the subjects, again, were 12 well trained cyclists and 7 subjects who just didn't have any strength training prior to this study. And so the method was that they were doing a progressive overload set during the 12 weeks. It could have been from 10 to 6, 8 to 5, whatever. They were just doing whatever they can to build strength over time. And during the study, throughout the whole experiment, the endurance athletes were still cycling about 9.9 hours a week while still strength training. And so overall, there was no significant difference in terms of hypertrophy, but the group that was just doing strength alone were able to make much more noticeable gains versus the group that wasn't and that was still doing endurance training. And so the main thing to take away is that a group that is doing endurance training with strength training is still able to make progress, but not as much as those that are just doing strength training alone. And the third research paper is similar to that as well. But in this study, they looked at female athletes that are doing a lower body session twice a week as well. But what they found out is when they're doing an all-out sprint and when they're doing an all-out bike test, they were able to significantly improve their fatigue resistance. And that's an important thing to take away. A group that was not doing resistance training had a much poorer cycling economy compared to those that were doing it. And so the main thing that we can take away from this is that yes, you can build strength, you can improve your neural adaptations. It's not recommended to do both at the same time, but for an endurance event, it is recommended for you to build strength because it helps you build your neural adaptations. It helps you improve your fatigue resistance. When you build muscle, it helps you able to perform at a higher level by building a better efficiency, a better economy, and not for hypertrophy or maximal force output. So I hope you guys enjoy this presentation, and I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.